f4. All of the pawns are going forward. Bishop c2 back. Pawn to e5, forking. Queen a8, the counter shot from the opposite corner of the board. AI chess is ridiculous. We get the bishop, but we lose the knight. Now we trade the queens, and now we try to break apart the structure. The game has now transitioned from attacking chess into deep middle game and endgame chess. We're gonna grab that pawn on g6, and then we're gonna anchor in the bishop on that square as well. Here, a couple of moves later, pawn to g5. Now, pawn takes, this is the position. All Torch has here is a pawn majority and bishops. The bishops are menacing. They are light speed, right? They can just go across the entire board, and the knight is being controlled. That's the most important thing about this position. Here, a very nice idea. Trading off the rooks, freeing up the mobility of these pawns. Now the rook can travel to the opposite side of the board whenever it wants. Hit this king. The king is severely restricted, and this king is completely safe because the bishop shields it. That idiot bishop. Now at this point, Leela decides to give up this pawn. The idea is that now the knight can hit the bishop and transfer into white's position. Rook a8 check, forces the king up, bishop h5, black comes in with rook d3 trying to get a fork. The king escapes. The rook pins the knight to the king. Now here comes pawn to f6, and Torch is just too fast. c3, take, stop the pawn while still applying pressure. The bishop cuts off the rook's vision of the pawn, but the idea is this and this. So if pawn to c2, you're just gonna take, and then you're gonna get the pawn, bishop e7, and unfortunately, my friends, Torch is simply too fast. f8 queen, forcing a removal over here, and this pawn is going to be the hero. That pawn is going to cut off all the king's oxygen. Rook c2, everything has been won. King f5, rook f6 check, no stalemate, and there it is.